My name is Kevin Ray, and you're listening to Truckers and Others. Welcome to Friday. Friday is a great day. I didn't get much sleep last night, but I did get some. So that was nice. I slept in a little bit. I mean, not that I slept in really, but this job, it's not a job that I'm doing today that needs to be, nobody's waiting on me. There's not really any time limit or anything going on. It's just drive all the way across to the other side of Missouri, drop off a full box, pick up the empty box, and then drive all the way back. And then drop off the empty box at the place where I picked up the full box. So, pretty simple job today. Nobody's going to be waiting on me. The later I start for this job actually is easier because the guy it's hazardous waste. So he's got to get all the fucking paperwork figured out, filled out, and all that shit. And he always takes a long time to do it. So the later I start in the day, the more time he's got to fucking get that shit. Because I've sat at the place where I pick up the box. Like, I get there, get the box loaded up, get everything ready to go. And then I'm like, all right, where's the fucking paperwork, man? Oh, man. Okay, I still got it. Gotta wait on that. What I was looking at just now was the placards. It's just stickers up on the side of the box that I'm hauling. And I was a little worried that one of them, they might fly the fuck off. But I think we're gonna be alright. And even if they do fly off, I'm just gonna keep on fucking rolling. So, yesterday was a monumental day. I sold my truck officially, and I officially bought a truck. So I got the K10. I'm thinking about doing a little bit of YouTube stuff for it, but not sure yet. I don't know, man. It's actually in worse shape than I initially looked at. Not really, like, the body is whatever. The frame, I believe, is fine. The engine and drivetrain components, I believe, are fine. Last night I was able to check the oil, check the trans. Oh, no, I didn't. I actually didn't check the trans, but I checked the oil, checked the coolant. The coolant's green. The oil's clean. We tried to get it fired up last night, and I don't know. I think I flooded it, or there's something. So the jump box that we had hooked up to it, I might have blown a fuse or something. That's what I'm kind of starting to gather. I might, because it's got as long as nobody's messed with it. I actually haven't even looked at the fuse box, but hopefully a lot of the issues I'm having with the truck can be fixed with a couple of fuses. But it's probably gonna, if it's original, it's gonna have the old glass fuses, and I kind of prefer those. You ain't gotta pull them out. You can just look at it, and you can tell if it's good or not. Sometimes they're black or white whenever they blow, but should be pretty good. The driver window will go up and down. I pulled the headlight switch out because I had the jump box hooked up to it, and we were doing it on 12 volt, right? To see if I could get it to fire up, and it wasn't really doing much, so I cranked it up to the 24 volt setting, and dude, like the dome light, or not the dome light, it's like a light up under the dash, was so fucking bright. It was insane whenever I cranked it over to 24 volts. So I'm wondering if maybe cranking it to 24 volt and having the key turned forward, it might have blown a fuse or something. I don't know. But I was hoping it would fire up just like it fired up, the day before, but couldn't get it to do it. Oh well. I know it runs. So it'll be all right. And the guy, I texted the guy that I bought it from this morning. I said, hey man, is there another fucking switch or something I need to fucking know about? Because I can't get this thing to fire up. Like, I got the key turned forward. It's hot wired right now, so you just gotta turn the key forward and then touch two wires together, and it turns the starter. It's getting fuel. There's no reason it wouldn't be getting air. So fuel and air, I just need spark. So I think there's something going on there. Either that or I flooded the fuck out of it. But yeah, it's gonna need a lot more work. I mean, I was gonna put a lot of work into it, regardless of the condition of it. I was gonna clean it all up and get it all looking really nice and pretty, and fixing and replacing things throughout the entire truck. I know what I'm getting into. It's not like this was all unexpected. Um, but yeah, whenever I had the key turned forward and everything was hooked up and everything, I pulled the headlight switch out. The headlights didn't come on. Could be a fuse. Could be the headlights are burnt out. Could be some wiring issue. I don't know. But I have a feeling I'm going to be really good at wiring at the end. Once I get everything done, I'm going to be pretty good at wiring. And I've been thinking about it. I don't know. I don't know. I wonder if maybe I should rip. Not well. I wouldn't do this, but just to make it sound cool, rip all the old wiring out and put all new wiring in there. But I know that's way more of a. Even though it's a simple fucking truck, and it's a lot of fucking work just to rewire the entire truck, like redo the harness and everything, which isn't a bad idea, or to at least go through and redo the grounds, because I'm sure there's some issues with the grounds. I'm sure it's got a lot of issues. But I don't know. I need to get I've been thinking about it a little bit today as I'm driving. Um, it might stay at my shop for a while, because I'm thinking about ripping the bed off of it. Um, Taking the bed off, checking out the frame, checking out everything, get it all cleaned up, and then possibly get some Rust-Oleum or Rust Stopper put on the frame and all the other stuff down there. While I got the bed off, I can, I don't know, redo some bushings for like the spring hangers and everything, um, and just do a bunch of stuff. I don't think I'm going to remove the cab. That's a little bit more work than I'm really looking forward to doing. So, but I might take the front clip off. I don't know. The more I can take apart and then put back together, the better, because I'll be able to inspect the truck even closer and maybe start, replacing stuff, making sure everything's good to go. I believe this truck has been a farm truck for a very long time. I don't, what does the 55 is probably as fast as this truck has gone in the last, 2009. So, 10, 15 years, like it's been on a farm. Um, but yeah, I've been thinking about it more while I have a shop available. It's not like the shop won't be available in the future, but you know, it's an extra truck. I got the car, and I do want to sell the car, but I don't want to sell the car until I know the truck's good to go. So I might as well, get the truck up and going, be able to drive it around, go to the DMV, get everything done with it, get it road legal and everything, and then, start working on this other stuff. Get the bed removed, get the front clip taken off. The hood is bent. When I was driving with it earlier, I was like, man, I can't believe the hood isn't bent on that fucking thing. Well, then we popped the hood, and when I went to close it, it was bent on the passenger side. So the driver's side's still good. So I will need to probably address that in some sort of way. I know they sell kits, and I tried doing on my 78 because the hood was bent on my 78. It had a red hood on it to end with, and it was a good hood. I think it was bent a little bit, but it wasn't bad. But the original hood I had on my 78 back in the day, yeah, it was bent really bad. So, but that I don't know if that hood is even worth saving that I got on my truck right now. I might try to get a new hood for it at some point in time. So I don't know if I want to spend too much time trying to get it good and everything, because where the pin, not the safety latch, but just the pin goes down, I don't think it's even getting into its seat where it's supposed to go, because it's pushed up into the hood. So it's obviously there's something going on there. I think just the safety latch is the only thing holding the hood down, and I'm not really a fan of that. I don't want the fucking hood to fly the fuck up on me while I'm driving down the road. But also, while I got it at the shop, I got any tool you can think of is there and available. So um, they are the mechanic's tool. So I just gotta, I'm good with him. If he'll let me, I don't know. I think he'll be all right with it. But most other tools, there's like a community toolbox, and you know how community toolboxes are. They're always fucking, they're missing the one thing that you fucking need. But yeah, I think I'll be able to get the steering wheel puller out and swap the steering wheel over and then the interior of the cab will be completely original after that. Um, and yeah, just I don't know. There's a lot of wiring issues that I have noticed, but it could be fuse issues. I don't know. Last night it was so late. I just wanted to get the truck dropped off, set down, and then get the truck and trailer put away, get everything done because it was late. I didn't get home until midnight, and then I can't just walk in the house and fall asleep. I had to eat some cookies, watch a little bit of YouTube, and then fall asleep. But yeah, I'm very excited about this project I got here. The response from all of my coworkers has been positive. Everybody's excited about it. I've texted a couple of my friends and I said, "Hey, I actually got it. It's at the shop, ready to be worked on," and they're excited about it, which makes me feel good. I don't know. The only thing is, I feel like it's instead of just getting the brakes going and then driving it down the road. I don't think that's realistic. I think it's gonna need a few nights of me spending a lot of time working on that before it's gonna be good to go. But I'm very happy with the purchase. It's gonna cost more money than I thought, and a lot more time. But that's okay. I'll make more money, and I got more time. The doors are good on it. The rockers are good on it. Cab corners are shot. A set of cab corners off of, I don't know, I just Googled cab corners for a square body single cab, and they pop up. They're like $30. They don't go up high enough, but what's above where the cab corners is pretty flat metal, pretty simple flat metal. So, and I'm not over here trying to win a fucking award show and make it exactly perfect. It's just I want the fucking cab corners to be not rusted out. I want to be able to power wash the truck and not fucking spray the inside of the cab. You know? And yeah, the engine, it's got like, I don't know if it's just been sitting for a while, or if there's been animals in there, but there's a bunch of shit all over like if you take the air cleaner off behind the carb and everything, there's a bunch of, looks like nut shells and leaves and shit. So I need to get all that cleaned out. Before I attempt to start it again, I need to go through and make sure nothing's going to fucking catch on fire, because that would be fucking horrible. If it backfires and it fucking catches that shit on fire, it's going to be a bad deal. I will have fire extinguishers really close by, but before I attempt to fire it up again, I'd like to wire the shit up a little bit better, so it's not, I don't have to hold two wires until they get too fucking hot, There's a switch right there, so I don't know if the switch is bad or whatever, but I'd really like to just, the ignition, it'd be cool if just the ignition would work. I got a whole nother steering column that I got from the guy. It was sitting in the bed of a truck, so it's been out in the elements, so I don't know if that's going to work out or not. But I would like to get brand new keys for the door, get new door locks, get new ignition, and just so everything's new and it's got new keys, because the old keys, I feel like I'm going to snap it off every time I use it. So I'd like to get that done. Very excited about it. It's just perfect. It's what I imagined. So, and I've also been I've been like, all right, I've been looking up like square bodies in movies. Maybe there's some that I hadn't really recognized or something, or like farm truck square bodies that got like the stencil on the door and everything. Because I'm really thinking about that. I'm thinking about keeping the blue, but it would be nice to change the color. But I'm not gonna put a fresh paint job on it. So I think I'll just stick with the blue. I might darken it up or lighten it up. I don't know. I need to power wash the fuck out of it. I'm not doing any paint shit until, I get the cab corners and all that good shit taken care of. Does this guy not realize that there's a fucking truck in the road slowing down? Like, get out of the fucking fast lane. He should have his flashers on, but you quit riding his fucking ass, dude. Like, what is your deal? Yeah, just heading out, 36, all the way across Missouri. Pretty simple run, simple job. I'm hauling a new container, so I don't have to run my tarp. It's got a nice tarp on the box, so that's nice. Just gonna have a great fucking day. I'm so excited about this. Can't wait to get off work. I told my wife, I was like, yeah, it's going to be really hard for me to get back to the shop, because I'm going to get back there kind of late and not fuck with the truck. I mean, I could just see me opening up the garage doors, because it's parked outside, but opening up the garage doors, bringing some light plants out, and fucking just like, I don't know, grab a shop vac, vacuum up all the shit off the back end of the engine, get underneath it, check the fuses, get all that looked at, and try to figure out why it's not starting. Like, if I could get it to start tonight, that would be awesome. I think I just said a few seconds ago I'm not going to even attempt to start it until I do some other No, I'll fucking try to start. As long as I get it cleaned up. I don't want that. Yeah, that's what I said. I don't want it to fucking catch on fire. So, get it all cleaned up, and then if I can get it to fire up, that'd be awesome. And then if I can just putt around the yard a little bit, it'll be really hard for me to not putt around the yard if I get it to fire up. So I probably will. But I'll be careful with it. I don't know, might keep a fucking block. I don't know, I could go from drive to reverse and then get it to slow down enough to fucking put it in park and stop it. Shouldn't be a big deal. I might even lock it in 4-wheel drive just so that it'll have, like, if I turn, it'll bind up and it won't roll freely. Fuck yeah, dude, I can't fucking wait. And yeah, it's gonna be a great truck. So the hood on the 79, it has a weird body line. I don't know why it has it, but my 78 didn't have it. The hood is just, on the front, it's just the normal contour body lines that go all the way across on the nose of the hood. But on the 79, it's got a weird body line, like an outline right there, and I don't like that. I mean, it's a very small, minute deal, but I really don't like that. I'd really like to, if I could, I'd 78 swap the entire front clip. I don't know if I need to do fenders, but I was looking at it a little closer, headlight bezels and the valence, I think is what they call it. And then maybe even turn signals. I don't know if it's the same turn signals or not. They look like they could be the same, but they don't have like the beauty ring around them. 79 swapping or 78 swapping the fucking front clip, hood and headlight bezels. I would love that. And then getting I think I want a 73 grill. They're all different grills for each year, but there's one grill, I can't remember exactly what year it is, but there's one grill that I really do like, and I'd like to put that on there. It's got smaller holes. The one I got right now, it's got a bunch. It's like got small holes, big holes, fucking holes that go all the way to the front, holes that are kind of tucked back in there, and it just doesn't. I don't like it. But this is all cosmetic shit. This is all shit that I'll do after because I need to spend the bulk of the money to make sure the truck is good and going. Like, it's got a grill and it's got headlights, it's got marker lights. I don't need it. There's no reason to replace it other than I want it to be a different style. And so my 78, it had trim. It had the trim that it was a Cheyenne, which we were looking up like the trim codes, and the Cheyenne, the Scottsdale, and the Silverado. Cheyenne was like the low trim level, and then Scottsdale was the next, and then Silverado was the highest. So I don't have trim, and it did not have trim, because you would see the fucking holes in the fenders and all the way down the body. I do prefer the trim because I like the two-tone look with the trim. Because if I'd keep the whole truck blue. I'd make, touch it up here and there. But if I could put inside the trim, get trim put on it, and then inside the trim is bright white, that would be ideal. But, the way it's going to look for now is the way it is, and I'm probably going to, I want to think of a cool stencil, or like, I don't know. I was thinking about it earlier. I'm like, all right, it used to be a farm truck. If I could find out the farm that it used to be on, and then stencil like the farm, like a logo on the side of it, just because like that's where it spent its entire life. It'd be cool. To just have like a farm truck and it's like labeled and everything, like an old shop truck. Shop trucks, they have the stuff on there. But I was also trying to think of like just my own made up logo to stencil on the side of it, because I think that looks pretty fucking cool. Like muffler shop, or I don't know, just making shit up. I know I'm a fucking poser, I'm a faker, but I think it would look cool. And just if it was blue, rusty, beat up, had the stencil on the side. It had some white wall tires with the Chevy Rallies. Just fucking an iconic truck. Like, people see that rolling down the road, they're like, "Oh shit, that's a nice fucking truck." At least I do. I wanted to look like I would break my neck to look at it if I saw it driving by. That's what I want it to be. And new trucks don't do that for me. They don't. Square bodies do. I will break my neck to look at a square body. But like in my head, a square body that I really enjoy to look at is either a two-tone or it's got a fucking logo on the side and it's just white wall tires, Chevy Rallies, stock height. I do like them lifted, but not for me. I like to see other ones lifted, but not the one I got. It's sitting at a really good ride height the way it is. That's where I want to keep it. Now, replacing the springs might come in the future. Just a brand new springs is nice to have, and then new shocks all the way around, just so it'll ride like factory from factory. That'd be nice. But I don't know how stiff it is right now. I think those rear leaf springs are fine. The front ones are the ones that I'd be worried about, because I think it's only 2 leaves. And I hate the way they look because they bend backwards, and it looks like they're worn out. But that's how they came, really. So, but the rear leaves it's beefy back there. It might, I don't know, and it's got a 12 bolt rear end. I need to look that up again to see what the 12 bolt means, if it's good or not. It's better than a 10 bolt, I know that. And a 14 bolt, I think, is the one that's sought after. It's like the heavy duty rear axle. And then I don't know anything about the rear end, and like I did with my 92, I replaced all of the fluids and everything. So I'll probably end up doing that also. I'm going to pull the diff covers off. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to clean it out. Make sure, if I do need a new gear back there, or if there's any slop in it, which I haven't been able to look to see if there's slop in it. Once I get it lifted up on a lift, or even just jacked up, I can check to see if there's any slop in the front and rear. And, yeah, I'm just interested to see what kind of gearing's back there. I'm guessing, it's a turbo 350, 373, I don't know. I guess it could, if it was 410 with a 3-speed, that truck's going to be slow as fuck. So I'm guessing it's a 373 with the 3-speed, but you never know. There's a lot of different combinations. But, if I do end up swapping the gearing, I got to swap the front also, which is, everybody knows that. And then the transfer case, I'd like to see what transfer case is in there. NP204. I don't know. Could be a multitude of them. And, yeah, I'm just very excited. Want to get that. I can just picture me getting the bed taken off of it, getting the rear of the frame looking fresh as fuck, getting a wire wheel out to fucking clean it up, get the wiring and the fuel lines and the brake lines done to where they look good, going all the way back. And then the back of the cab, while I got the bed off, I can do the cab corners. And I got a welder and all kinds of shit at the shop, so I can actually do it properly. But I'm not a welder. I don't have a lot of experience welding, but I don't know. I feel I'll do a couple tests, and if anything, I'll tack it and then have somebody else come in and fucking finish it up properly. But I'm not a good welder. It'd be nice if I knew a good welder to come in and fucking do it right, and then find some old sheet metal somewhere and fucking fix up the rest of the cab wherever it's bad. And then might as well, if the rockers are there, but I don't think they're solid. So Might even go ahead and just do the rockers and then the floor pan. Everybody talks about the floor pan, the floor. Dude, just throw in a flat piece of metal, just hammer it in there and fucking weld. I don't care what the floor looks like. It doesn't need to be I don't understand why people are like, oh, it needs a new floor plans and you got to buy the floor. No, just fucking just patch it up, buddy. I mean, it would be nice to have it all nice, one correct piece of metal, but I don't give a fuck. Just as long as it's solid metal, that's all I really care about. I will chop up a bunch of pieces of metal and just tack them in there and then weld it up and call it good. Throw a piece of carpet over it. And then, yeah, speaking of carpet, yeah, take that bench seat out. That's always a fun thing to do with an old farm truck, is find out what's underneath the seat. And I never even opened up the glove box either, which is kind of crazy. So get the glove box opened up, check out what's in there. I don't know. I guess since I haven't done much with it, like I've actually done absolutely nothing to it other than swap out a tailgate. That's perfect. So I can start, if I wanted to do videos, I'm starting from nothing. Basically. And yeah, man, I can't. It's driving me. Like, and maybe, you never know, maybe part of it is it's the honeymoon phase. I'm just so excited I got it. And then you never know, maybe, I don't know. I loved my 78. I really loved my 78. And I was so dumb to sell it, but I was kind of forced into it. You know, my mom, that was back when I didn't have a lot of money, and my mom was like, I'll buy you another car, but all I wanted, I asked her for tires, and she said, no, I'm not going to help you put new tires on a piece of shit. I'm like, all right. She's like, but if you sell that truck and your other truck, that an S10 and the 78, said if you sell both of those, I will, and then, you know, whatever money you get from that, I'll help you buy another truck. And that's when I bought a Suburban, which was it was a good deal. I think I paid $3,000 for a 95 Suburban, ran great, drove great, looked great. There was only a little bit of rust, seriously, a very small amount of rust right near where the exhaust came out. But it had new exhaust put on it, new brakes put on it. The interior was immaculate. Like, that was a really nice fucking Suburban. It was just a fucking gas hog. Not that this 78 isn't going to be a gas hog. It will be a fucking gas hog, and it's got dual tanks. So, I mean, I don't know, what are they, 20-some gallons a piece? And the Suburban had a 48-gallon tank. I don't know. It was insane. But it was a single tank. What am I doing? I'm trying to pass this guy. I don't want to speed. I want to take my time. I just don't like being behind. I'm just talking and kept speeding up. And I was about to pass the guy. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to pass him. I want to just kind of hang out behind him. On this route, I'd rather people just pass me and keep on going, where I can just keep it on cruise control at a low speed and I won't ever have to slow down. Man, I just want to keep repeating the same shit said over and over and over again. That's why I had to start recording, because I had shit bouncing around in my head. I'm like, I need to let this shit out. I need to say it. It's a wonderful time. You know, if I got the truck, if I paid $5,000 for a truck that was running, driving, everything worked on it, and it was good to go, it was just a little beat up or whatever, I mean, that would be nice too. But, you know, putting your heart and soul into taking things off and putting new things on really makes it your truck. That's why I wasn't super attached to some of these other trucks. I'm pretty attached to the 92. I am kind of sad about that. But because I worked on that truck. I did a lot of work to that truck compared to other trucks like my GMC I had. I loved it. It was a good looking truck, but I didn't want to work on it, and I had the transmission replaced by a different guy. He just fucked it all up, and other than that, I just did cosmetic shit to it. Really, I mean, I did do a lot of work to that too, but I wasn't like super attached. It's not. I thought it was a really cool truck, but it wasn't like I can't live without this truck. It was a really cool truck though. But you know, this square body that I got here is going to be. I never took the bed off my 78, so if I take the bed off of this one, I'm going to be even more attached to this one. And it already checks more boxes than the 78 did. I do miss the 78, but the 78 was a short bed, and everything was rusted on that truck. Like the doors were bad, the cab was bad, the bed was completely bad. I had like it was like the hard plastic bed liner for normal trucks. I just cut out the bottom of that and I put it in the bed, because if you took that out, you could see down to the frame. You could see the axle. You could see the bed was gone. There was nothing there. And not that I didn't love it because it was rusted. I loved it because it was rusted. But this truck is in better shape. It still needs a lot of work, but it's more of a solid truck. Like the 78, if I took it around a cloverleaf, I was worried the cab was going to roll the fuck off. Okay, if you take a corner too tight, that cab could roll the fuck off. Now, I don't know if this one could roll off too. I haven't looked at the cab mount, but just from what I've seen, looking at it, it is in better shape. If it's got fucking rockers on it that are almost complete, it's in better shape. But, yeah, just working on the engine, working on all the wiring, working on, getting everything, all the fluids changed out, and getting my eyes on every little piece of this fucking truck. Bringing it from not roadworthy to roadworthy. Getting the power windows to work. I like it. So, yeah. Power windows is fucking nice. The 78 Cheyenne I had, crank windows. So, and then I swapped out bucket seats, and I had a center console, so it was a pain in the ass to lean over there and crank the window down every fucking time. So I'm looking forward to getting these power windows to work. The passenger side isn't working right now. I will still need to lean over there for the wing window. I want to crank that open, but the driver wing window open should be plenty. And yeah, I don't know if you know, but you can, if you have a dipstick, you can break into the fucking truck. That's what I did with the 78 all the time. I always was locking myself out because I don't know, I'd end up locking the fucking door and shutting it, and then I couldn't get back into it. So if you just pop the hood, because there's no fucking hood latch on the inside, you just, from the outside, pop the hood, grab the dipstick out, clean off the oil, stick it through the fucking wing window. And my wing window, the little button lock never worked. So you just stick it through the wing window, slide it up, you got the wing window open, and then you just put the dipstick in the window backwards, and then put the handle all the way to the fucking knob, and you just pull up, and then you're fucking good to go. You got it. You got it, buddy. Yeah, so I can't wait to dig into this fucking truck. It's going to be a fun project. And I got my son, but I don't know, do decide to bring my son or my daughter or whoever to the shop to work on it, that would be pretty cool. But I think a lot of it's going to be just me. I'm not going to drive all the way home to drive them all the way back to work on it. I'll lose a lot of time to work on it. So I don't know. But once I get it home, I'm still going to work on it at home, and then I can just drive it to work if I need to do something to it. And then, yeah, usually, like I said in previous talks, I always swap out with bucket seats. I'm not doing that this time. Since the bench seat is in such good shape, I'm going to embrace the bench seat and work on some sort of a center console type issue. It might be floor mounted. It might be in the seat. I don't know. I do like an armrest. An armrest is cool. I'm not looking to like swap out the bench seat with like a 90s Chevy bench seat, because they have like the little armrest that folds down on some of them, which is handy, but I'm not looking to do that. I don't want to put a new seat in there. I like the seat that it's got. And then it's gonna be cool. I'm gonna try to film it. I think I'm gonna really do my best to film it and get the seat removed and then inspect under the seat, see what the fuck's underneath there. There could be anything under there. That would be awesome. And then I think I might end up painting and replacing some of the interior parts. Probably I don't know, it'd be nice to get new door panels. The driver door panel is actually in okay shape. It's even got the grab handle and everything. It's got the pouch. The pouch isn't all stretched out. My 78 that had the pouch, it was all stretched out. And my 78 also had tan interior, which I was not a huge fan of, but it was a brown truck, so it fit. It was fine. But this is a blue truck. I'm thinking about black interior. I'll definitely get a seat cover for the seat, but not a one-piece seat cover. It's got to be a two-piece seat cover, because I don't like it fucking stretching that shit out and everything. Get a nice seat cover for it. And not a mossy oak. Okay, I'm not doing that. Not doing mossy oak fucking seat covers. Get the steering wheel swapped over. Get the horn to work. Might even take it back to my my youth when I had an Ooga horn. Putting an Ooga horn on there. That's always fun. People are like, oh, do the Dixie horn. Ah, that's overplayed. The Ooga. Ooga, 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 Ooga. That would be fucking awesome. I had one on my S10, and it was an impulse buy. I was just at O'Reilly's, waiting in line. Happened to look over, and I was in the horn section. I was like, yeah, I'll just buy this Ooga horn, put it on my S10, and it sounded horrible. It sounded like something was dying, but it was cool. I don't want cab lights. I'm not doing that. I'm not drilling into the fucking roof. I will replace the windshield. And then make sure there's no rust around the windshield. Get it all nice, cleaned up, good looking. New windshield put in. And it's got the sliding rear window. And I mean, I might as well keep the sliding rear window, because there's nothing wrong with it. It's there. I like the look of the flat window though, the solid window. And I plan on putting a headache rack on it. And if I do that, sliding window is going to be, I mean, I don't know what do you use a sliding window for anyways? It's just to open a window. I guess is all it is. Get a little bit more air in there. So I'll probably end up holding on, just keeping the sliding rear window because it's easy to have. But yeah, if I just happen to come across kick panels, a dash mat, a gauge cluster, because I need to get this gauge cluster taken apart, try to get the clear lens cleaned up, and then maybe, I don't know if the gauges work or not. I haven't been able to fire it up or do anything really with it. The fuel gauge is over full, so I don't have high hopes on that working. It's got a tack mounted on the steering column down below, so I don't know. I would really like to redo the gauges. Not with aftermarket gauges, just original gauges, but I don't know if they make it, but I'd rather have the tack and speedometer in the big circles, and then it's got 4 circles on the other side. Battery, temperature, oil pressure, and then fuel gauge would be ideal. Like, that's all I would need right there. And then if I wanted to mount any other gauge pods or whatever, but I really don't want to. I want it to be stock. It's got a tape deck radio. Luckily, the dash hasn't been all hacked to shit like I did with my 78. The dash is all original. I'd like to find just original radio for it. Maybe a Classic Industries. I don't know. Maybe I'll ask for that for Christmas. Get me a nice little radio. Christmas or birthday present to myself. Because it'll have Bluetooth, which would be ideal. And then it's just better equipment, so the sound would be better. I can get new speakers put in there. That's where I got to think where I want the speak, because the only place to put the speakers is behind the seat. I guess I could put them in like a center console type situation. That's kind of hacky. I could put them where they're like right behind my feet on the ground, so they're kind of playing into which is a pretty good idea. Is just have them mounted underneath the seat, facing underneath the dash or whatever. But I don't know. It's kind of hard with the single cab. I'm not gonna cut a hole in the door and put the fucking speaker there. That's hacky. I don't want that. I think they sell like the panels that go up behind the cab where the seat belts go. I think they probably sell some stuff where you can mount stuff there. With my 78, I just had speakers with wires ran on the floor, just magneted to the cab, and I don't think that's not ideal. My buddy he bought it was behind the seat sub box, so I could probably build a little sub box to fit back there and get a sub for it. Not that I'm like listening to a bunch of like deep bass stuff, but I mean classic rock. I do a lot of classic rock. If I could just have a nice, loud, clean sounding sound system, that'd be awesome. But with my 92, it's not great sound, but it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to have. I don't, I think the songs that you hear out of the radio in the 92 is how you heard them in 92. Like there wasn't good sound systems back then. Everything sounded like that, and they got loud and crackly and everything. maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but it sounded, when you're playing an old classic rock song, and it sounds like it's coming out of an old ass fucking radio. It adds to the fucking music. If it sounds too good, there's something wrong there. So I don't know. But I mean, I do listen to rap. Fat Pat, fucking Tech Nine, uh, Easy E. I mean, I'm not a great knower of the rap stuff, but I do like rap. But it's mainly '90s and older stuff. I like the classics rap. And and I do like alternative music and stuff, so that's kind of nice. That would require a good sound system. Blaring Florence and the Machine. I actually did that this morning in my cruise. Happiness is the I don't even know, but it's a song that starts out with happiness. Whatever, I don't know. It's a good song. Run fast for your mother and fast for your father. Run for your sisters and your brothers. You can't take it with you if you leave it behind. The dark days are over. The dark days are over. The force is coming, so you better run. Yeah, that song. I think I did a pretty good job. I heard the whole song in my head, and I tried to remember some of the words. It's weird how that is. Isn't that fucking weird? You're like, I hear the fucking song. I know, like, the entire song is in my head, but I have no idea what the fuck the words are. It's like, how is that even a thing? I don't know just the cadence. Like, I can hear the song, but for some reason, I can't put words to the fucking sounds. Um, yeah. So I think I've recorded long enough. This has been an exciting episode for me. It's been a very boring, probably, episode for you guys. So I'm gonna let it go. Where am we at? What are we at? 52 minutes. So cool. Have a great day. Keep all 18 down. You know how I feel about things, and there'll be more to come soon. Keep all 18 down. Bye. You know, on second thought, I'm not done with this episode. Not done at all. I thought everything was gonna go nice and smooth the rest of the time. I totally forgot that this fucking place is run by fucking idiots. So, let me just start from whenever I got here. I pulled over to eat fucking lunch, right? I'm just gonna sit and eat my lunch, have a great time. I pull into a nice parking spot. Everything was great, and ate my lunch. Got my 30-minute break, which turned out to be a bad idea, but I didn't know till a little bit later on. I drive down the road because right there where I ate lunch, you go down into the city, and then once you're in the city, you go over a bridge over a small stream, and then you're in the hills, and then there's the river right there, and the place where I dump is right there, like 5 minutes away from where I ate lunch. I come around the corner and bridge is gone. Bridge is gone, road is closed. So I go down and I find a place to park because there's a lot of cars. Apparently it's been like this for a little bit and everybody knows what the fuck's going on except for me. Even the GPS that I have was not correct. Let's see here. Anyways, turn on in. I don't know. So the bridge was fucking out. So I go down into the city and I find a little bypass way and I go over. There's a little bridge there. Don't think anything of it. And I go over the bridge Hold on, right here. $79 in. I have no fucking idea where I'm going right now. The GPS is freaking the fuck out. I got a line of cars behind me because I'm going slow because I don't want to miss my fucking turn, wherever it may be. Alright, turn on N. I'm on T, I believe. I don't fucking know. So I just go over the little bridge and I pull up there, and then the lady, she's like, hey, where's your safety badge? So every truck that pulls in there, you don't do shit. You just sign a paper and they give you a safety badge to keep in the truck. And she's like, where's your safety badge? And why did you come from that direction? I'm like, oh, yeah, the bridge was gone, but I found like a little way around it. She's like, that bridge can't hold your truck. I'm like, it did. It did just fine. There was even another car on the bridge when I went over it. Like, it was fine. She's like, that bridge they're going to start writing tickets over there, so you're not allowed to come from that way anymore. This bridge is going to be gone until past October. I'm like, oh, wonderful. She's like, you need to go this way and that way and up and around in the fucking country and blah, 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 all over the fucking, out in the middle of fucking nowhere over here. I'm like, okay, well, and she's like really still hounding me that I went over that fucking bridge. Like, do you know how much you weigh? I'm like, no, I haven't gone over a scale. I have no fucking idea. I have no idea. But if I had to guess, it'd be over the weight that you're talking about, since you're freaking the fuck out. So she's still like hounding me. I'm like, all right, whatever, the fuck, shut the fuck up. I used to like her. Now she annoyed the fuck out of me. Okay. Anyways, I let her do her whole fucking berating me and everything. And then I take off up the hill and I go and I park right out front of the scale house because with the loads that I do, I don't scale in. And if you remember from a lot of episodes ago, I did this job and the guy, one of the times the guy made me get up on the scale, and I'm like, I don't scale for this job. And he's like, get on the scale. I'm not going to ask you again. Like, he wasn't being like that mean, but he was being pretty like, no, dumbass, you have to fucking scale. And then, so I scaled in, scaled out, and then I came in there and I had to get my paperwork. And he's like, hey, you don't have to scale in. I'm like, I know, you dumb son of a bitch. But me trying to explain that to you earlier was apparently not working. You fucking idiot. I told you I don't need to scale in. I don't need to scale out. I don't need to do shit. I'm literally dropping a fucking box of shit for you guys and grabbing the one that you emptied out. And that's all I'm doing here. I'm not doing anything else. So anyways, I pull up to the scale and I go in there and she's like, okay, pull up to the sample rack. And I'm like, okay. So I go out there and I pull up to the sample rack. And I'm like, I don't know why I need to be at the fucking sample rack. Anyways, like these fucking nerds. When I say nerds, I mean scientists, but also dumb fucking guys out here. They're like, we need to sample your fucking load. Like, hey, motherfucker, guess what? I am not going to sit here and wait for you to fucking pick out little bits and shit out of the fucking trash that's in my fucking box here. And then wait for you to, I don't know. I have no idea what the fuck you're doing. I'm not here to do all that shit though. Why is there not a fucking detour sign? There should be fucking detour signs to help idiots like me traverse the fucking Ozarks over here or whatever the fuck. This isn't the Ozarks. This is just, I don't know. It's a fuck. This is weird. It doesn't look like the right way to go. But apparently it is, because she gave me a map. So, anyways, today, I guess I have to explain the exact last time I came here. Damn, buddy. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna be in the fucking ditch. This road is not made for this. This is not good. There's gonna be a fucking accident over here. And then there's gonna be no fucking way to get to that fucking dump site. Anyways, the last time I came here, they said, "Hey, we changed some things. Somebody has to come meet you. You can't just drop your box wherever there's an open spot. You have to wait for somebody to come over and tell you where to dump it." I said, "Oh, okay, perfect." So I go out there and I park in front of multiple open parking spots. But I don't act like I'm going to back into any of them because you never know. I picked this one. There's no difference in the fucking spots. But if I pull up to this one, he's going to say to do that one. If I pull up to that one, he's going to say to go to this one. So I'm just going to pull up sideways, and he will be able to come over and tell me exactly where the fuck he wants to go. He comes out, and he says, "Are you going to pull the tarp out or tarp off the box?" I'm like, yeah, I can't. I got to drop the box to get the tarp out. He's like, "Okay." I'm like, "Okay, you want me to drop the box? Where do you want me to drop the box?" He says, "Right here's fine." I'm like, "You want me to dump the box right here to pull the tarp off, just to load it back on and park it right there?" He said, "Well, yeah, I guess you're right. Just dump it right there." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "What do you guys? You guys need to? What do you? Why do you need me to take the tarp off?" He's like, "Because we need to sample it." I'm like, "You need to sample it while I'm here?" And he says, "Yeah, we sample every load that comes in here." I'm like, "I understand that. But what do I have to do with any of that? I'm going to drop the box and you'll have all day. You'll actually have months to fucking sample it. You'll have as much time as you could possibly want to sample this fucking load. Why do I need to be here for all that?" And so I mean, obviously I don't say all that, but I do drop the box down there and I set it down, and then he's over there undoing the tarp. And I'm like, "Do you need me to help you undo the tarp?" He said, "No, no, I got it." I'm like, "Okay, do you need me here?" He's like, "No, no, it'll be all right." I'm like, "So, just so we're clear here, I'm literally just dropping the box and going to grab the empty. So all the fucking bullshit that you've been trying to fucking pull on me means nothing." And I don't say that, but anyways, I don't say anything else to him. I just drop the box and grab the empty, and I head out. So, and then I believe there was somebody else here. Oh, fuck me. In I believe I just keep going straight here. I believe that's where I'm at. I know. This is fucking dumb. What I'm doing right now. Oh, I'm actually no, I'm going the right way. I think. I don't know. This is dumb. This is very, very dumb. So, anyways, today I get there and I go into there and she says, "Okay, go ahead and pull up. I'll tell them that you're going to be waiting at the sample rack." And I just say, "Okay." And I go over there and I park and I wait and I wait and I wait for like 20 minutes. I'm like, this guy's probably going to want the tarp off. How about this? I'm parked at the sample rack, which is just a platform that they can walk up and then they can look down into your container while it's loaded on your truck. That's all it is. And that's where they can pull samples from. So I pull in there and I'm waiting and waiting for, like 20 minutes. And then I decided, you know what? All right, I'll just drop the box and take the tarp off and then load it back up and then sit here under the sample rack, and maybe the guy will come over and he'll look in there and realize, oh, okay, cool, you can just drop it over there, and then everything would be fine. No, I sat there for an hour waiting for him to. Now V. Now V. Okay. Dude, this is, I guess, the detour sign. There are now detour signs, but there were no detour signs back there. This is fucked. That one small bridge that everybody uses has now got me out here in the middle of fucking nowhere. And it's a 30-minute, this is a 30-minute delay. Let me just say that to you guys. This is a 30-minute detour. And my GPS is reflecting that. This is dumb. I'm over here just complaining about road work, but you're not allowed to use that bridge. Shut the fuck up, okay? How about you just shut the fuck up? If I can get over that bridge and not get a ticket, let me fucking do it. Who's driving the fucking truck? Who the fuck are you? You work over here. Who gives a shit what the fuck you think? I'm driving. Let me be responsible for my goddamn self. If I would have been over the bridge, I'd have been home by now. I'm just kidding. It's only been like 10 minutes, but it looks like I'm going to go into a town. And these are like blind, banked corners through the woods that I'm on right now. And like I said earlier, I almost smacked Mears with a fucking semi. He almost shoved me into the ditch. There's no guardrails or anything over here. It's a very, very skinny road that I'm on. 2-lane blacktop. It's pretty land out here. So, anyways, I'm sitting there for an hour waiting for this guy to come over. So I called my boss that's in charge of this job, and I said, "Hey, man, I don't know. Like, are you aware that they changed their procedure over here?" That he's like, "No, all you're doing is dropping the full box." He's acting like I don't know what I'm doing. He's like, "All you're doing is dropping the full box and grabbing the empty and coming right back. You should be in and out within like 15 minutes." I'm like, "Oh, I know, man." But they're telling me, at one point they told me somebody needs to be over here just to tell me where to drop the box. And then I'm good, because they've been having people run over they have like a little drainage area right there, and people have been you can drive right through it. You're not supposed to, but people would drive right through it and mess up the grates. It's like, all right, well, that's pretty I feel like that's an easy fix. Just put up some caution tape across there or something, like do not cross, maybe like a sign like that, or every truck that pulls in here, whenever you talk to them, be like, hey, don't fucking break anything when you're in here, and if you do, let us know, because I guess that was the problem, is people would break shit and then just leave, and then they would go figure out who did it. Anyways, what their solution to it is, let's call a couple of the nerds over to come over and watch you drop it. And then some trucks in there, they're not dropping a full and grabbing an empty. They are there to get offloaded and then head home. And I did that once. Okay, I didn't do that once. I attempted to do that once, but some real big idiots with I don't know, probably our company and another company, mainly the other company, had me take hazardous waste there that they don't accept. So I had to sit there for like 4 fucking hours after they rejected the load. I said, "Can I have my paperwork back so I can get the fuck on the road? They're like, no, you can't have the paperwork back until we figure out what the fuck's going on. I'm like, are you accepting it? They said, no, we are rejecting it. I'm like, give me the paperwork back, you fucking hoe, and let me go. No, I sat there for 4 fucking hours, and I went in there several times, and I'm like, hey, just to be clear, I gotta go. I got a long drive ahead of me. I gotta take this shit back to where I fucking got it from. Can you all hurry the fuck up? So anyways, today, yeah, I'm waiting. I go in there. I talk to her. I say, hey, lady, I just want to make sure, like, somebody needs to come over and watch me where I drop this, correct? She said, yes. I'm like, okay. Do they need to take a sample while I'm here? She's like, well, they will sample it. I'm like, I understand. I know. You guys are going to sample all of the material that comes in your door. That's fine. Why do I have to be here during that process? Because I never had to be here for that process before. If you're worried that I'm going to break something, just say, hey, yeah, we just need you to drop it where it's okay to drop. And yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that. If I'm waiting for a guy to come over, just say, yeah, drop it right there. Don't break shit. Okay. But now they're having me pull the tarp back, and they want to take samples and all this bullshit that you want me to pull up underneath the sample rack. It's got a ladder on the fucking box. You can climb up. It's a 30-yard box. It's really fucking simple to climb to the top of the box and look inside and notice that it's whatever it is and do your sampling or whatever the fuck. I got to drop the box to fucking take the tarp off anyways. All right, what does this say now? Main Street. All right, yep. That's what I'm doing here. I'm turning on Main Street in a little tiny podunk town. So I talked to the lady. She says, well, yeah, you've been here for a while. They haven't come to see you yet? I'm like, no, nobody's been over there. I've been sitting there waiting. I even dropped the box. I took the tarp off. I'm still parked under the fucking deal. She's like, okay, let me call them again. So she calls them again. And then as soon as she gets she's like, hey, is somebody going to go do this? And he's like, do what? And she's like, hey, guys, he's been waiting here for a while. They're like, oh, yeah, no idea. I can hear him on the radio. And she's like, okay, well, he's been waiting for a while. And then she gets off the radio with him. And then she looks at me and she says, you've been here for a while. How about you just drop it wherever you want? I'm like, okay, will do. So I go out, get in the truck, do a U-turn, back into a spot, start to dump the box, and then 2 guys fly up in a fucking pickup truck, and they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, so just so we're clear, the lady that just called you and told you to come over and meet me, as soon as she got off the radio, she said for me to just drop it wherever. So, because I've been here for over an hour waiting for you fucking nerds. And he's like, okay. I'm like, hey, and also, I want to just know the process here. You guys want to sample the stuff, right? Right? I understand. Yes, you will sample. I will give you as much chance to sample it as you could ever want. But in order for you to sample it, the tarp has to be removed. And in order for the tarp to be removed, I need to drop the box on the ground. Now, I can drop it on the ground over here, take the tarp off, load it back up, pull under the sample rack, wait for you to sample it, just for you to take as long as you fucking want, and then then drop it over there where you can sample it also. Like, what the fuck is going on? And this dude, he was like, he's like, well, what's the problem with that? I'm like, well, I'm just telling you, I used to be here for 15 minutes. I used to pull in, drop a full, grab the empty, and I'm gone. Easy peasy. But something has changed lately, and now you guys are making me wait for a sample. I don't know. Do you need me here for the sample to be valid? And I don't know how to explain it, but the dude was basically calling me an idiot and acting like I was having an attitude with him, and I wasn't. I was sincerely just asking him some question. I'm like, hey, I want to do it the right way, but it seems really dumb to drop and load this box 3 times just to drop the box and grab an empty. Like, he's like, yeah, well, the people that I like, I tell them that they can, if they just, and he's talking really slow. He's talking this slow. Uh, so if the people that I like, that come here often, I let them just kind of drop it wherever they want. Um, as long as they don't mess it up, as long as I know that they're aware they can't drive on the grates and everything. I'm like, okay, yeah. I mean, I've done this for a while, and I have never dropped a container on your grates, and I don't plan to. I drop it as far up as possible. He's like, well, yeah, and you can't drop it in the gravel either. I'm like, I've never dropped it in the fucking gravel. Okay. Well, yeah, so, and he sat there and talked to me for like 20 more minutes. And I'm like, I've been here for an hour, you fucking dumbass. Nerd bitch. He's like, well, since you already have the container halfway unloaded already, and then he looks around and all the spots are open. Like, this is a big empty fucking area. There's like 2 boxes in there. He's like, well, I guess since you have it dropped, halfway dropped here, go ahead and proceed to drop it, and I guess this will be an okay spot for it. I'm like, what? What kind of shit have you been huffing, dude? And he's like, next time will be much smoother. I'm like, dude, the only not smooth part about this has been you. I'm the one that decided to drop the box, roll the tarp up, load the box up, wait under the sample rack for fucking ever for no fucking reason, because now I'm just dropping it right here like I normally would. If you are requesting for me to undo the tarp for you also, I will do that. As soon as I drop it down, I'll make sure I don't go over any grates. I will get out. I will undo all the bungees, undo the straps, roll the tarp up, and leave it here for you. I mean, do you want me to take the samples for it? Do you want me to go climb up in this hazardous waste, grab some samples out with my leather gloves, and just slop them on the ground right here for you also? If you want to, you can give me a couple of sample jars, and I'll do that. Because anything that you ask me to do here, I can do very quickly. The only thing that's not quick is waiting for you to fucking shut the fuck up and arrive over here. Like, this is it. I mean, I'm very upset at this. So I will be calling my boss and telling him about, hey man, I'm just gonna next time I come out here, I'm gonna drive over that tiny little bridge, fully loaded, overweight, not get caught, come here, fly past the security office, fly past the scale office, drop the container that's loaded, grab the one that's empty, and pull up to the scale house, throw them the paperwork, have them give me my copy, and then I'm out of here. Like, I will make this process even faster now. Where the fuck is this truck? Where the fuck is it? Anyways, I'm trying to get some fuel. So I'm going to let you go. Keep all 18 down. Have a great day.